Today is a good day.
Today is a good day to save money. We were talking about eating out today, one of my favorite things. I know how you like to eat out too.
Me too, yeah.
Nick and I have actually done a lot of eating out together in the city of Des Moines since he moved here. And there are some really, really fine establishments to eat in. Today we're going to talk about how do you save money when eating out, because some people really love to eat out, but they also may be spending a little bit more than they should be in so doing. So we're going to talk through a bunch of different ideas on how to do that and have some fun in the process. Are you ready?
Yes.
Dynamite.
Let's dive in.
Let's dive in. How do you save money?
Well, the first thing that, how do I save money? So, first thing that I would say is I actually have a commitment to save money. When I actually look at my budget, eating out is the highest category for me outside of travel. But travel also induces eating out.
Yes.
So eating out is my highest category, and also the category that I have most control over.
True.
Which I'll dive into. But the first thing that I would say is that it really takes a commitment to save money while eating out. And then the second thing is to actually know, for me, how much I actually spend. So I think last month I was doing a little traveling, but I spent $350 last month eating out. And this month I'm expecting to spend $200.
Okay.
So one, I know exactly 350 was the number.
Yep.
And then being able to reduce it to 200. Yeah. So that's the first steps I do.
So in your commitment, are you very conscious of where you're at for the month?
Yeah, so with the zero-based budget that I use, anytime I spend my money, I know exactly how much I have remaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by the way, the zero-based budget that Nick is referring to is available on masteryofmoney.com. And you'll want to go check it out if you're not using a budgeting program, because the way he does it and describes it is immaculate. So
it's impeccable.
It's impeccable. So you know where you're at because of the zero-based budget. You're conscious about how much you spend. How do you then save money when you dine out?
So when I do dine out, I will, this is perfect. So I was eating lunch with a friend yesterday. And what I did was I was at home and I started eating a little bit of beef jerky. And so it whetted the appetite.
Oh, nice.
So that way when I went out to Noodles and Company, instead of ordering the large steak stroganoff, I got the small.
Very good.
I saved like $2.
Very good.
So that's one way that I do it. That's saving money when I am eating out.
Yes.
The other way to avoid eating out and actually reducing that cost altogether is I started meal prepping, and then also which I'll allow you to dive a little bit more on the meal prepping, but specifically I buy pre-made dinners. And at Hy-Vee, at the local grocery store, it's like $8.99 for like a salmon and rice dinner.
Ooh, yum.
But it's such huge portions, so I cut it in half, I cook one half, and then I save the other half for later. So for $8.99, $9, I'm getting 2 dinners for $4.50.
Nice.
When if I went out and ordered the same thing, it'd be at least $12, $15, $17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. So Nick teased the whole meal prep idea, and in our household we don't do a lot of meal prep other than day-to-day basis, but we're feeding 5, not 1, right? But there's a number of people in our network that will meal prep every Sunday, and they'll meal prep for 5 days, sometimes both lunch and dinner, or breakfast and lunch, so that they're not spending money when they're running out the door to go to work or while they're at work to eat lunch. They're actually prepping those meals and saving that. Think about the numbers that you could be saving on a daily basis. If you're used to swinging in and grabbing a coffee and something quick to eat, that could be $5. And then at lunch, you might spend, if you're going out to eat, you're spending anywhere from $6 to $10 or $12. So on a daily basis, we're looking at $17 or more, right? Which definitely adds up over the course of a week or a month.
Yeah.
Like you spending $350, right? Was that on the high end or low end, do you think?
Higher end.
It is high.
Yeah. Actually, let me double check as you're touching on this.
He's checking his zero-based budget as we speak, in real time. The meal prep, this is an interesting, a friend of mine just told me about this the other day. He is a meal prepper, and he also has the Chase Sapphire Rewards card. And the Chase Sapphire Rewards card gives you all sorts of benefits and bonus points. and they have certain times of the month, I guess, where you can go into Whole Foods and you get some crazy discount, right?
Extra point, yeah.
Or extra points. And so he said he would go in and he'd buy $500 worth of chicken and then freeze it all. But then that's what he would use for his meal prep over the next 3 months or 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I just checked my zero-based budget. For last month, I actually only spent $250, $252.
Okay.
Yeah. And then this month, what I budgeted was $200.
I'm impressed that you know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I could not tell you.
Oh, sorry, $232.06.
Now we're splitting hairs.
Yeah, and I cook breakfast all the time. So that's one way I don't pay for breakfast, because I'm a huge breakfast person. I could easily spend $10 to $15 on breakfast.
Yep.
And then every time, obviously I buy orange juice at the grocery store, and every time I pour it, I think to myself, oh wow, I could have spent $4 at Denny's or something. I just saved that much money.
It is crazy how expensive drinks are.
Yeah.
Which leads me to our next tip. Is this tip 2? Tip 1 is meal prep.
Yep.
Or tip 1 is commit. Tip 2 is meal prep. Tip 3 is don't drink beverages when you're out to eat. If you want to save money on dining out, the goal should be to always and only drink water. Here's why. When you go out to eat, let's say you are going out to eat 3 times a week at a restaurant, and you order a beverage, a soda or iced tea or a coffee, at least once every time, that means you would spend on average somewhere between, let's say, $2 and $3 a beverage, because most places are going to charge $1.79 to $2.49 for a drink. So let's say you're spending $2 to $3 each time. That's $9 a week, right? Or $36 a month just in beverages. So here's a tip. If you are someone who really loves your soda, you could do what a friend of mine does, and that is she takes a travel mug with her wherever she goes, and she also has, so she'll get ice, and then she has a can of her favorite beverage in her purse that she pours into that travel mug and uses that. Nice. And when anyone asks, I mean, it's like some people would feel a little weird about that, and she'll say, hey, no one has what I want. Like, as an example, she's a Diet Mountain Dew drinker. Not every place has Diet Mountain Dew, but that is her drink of choice. So she uses that as a replacement for spending money. And if you're buying those in 6-pack or 12-pack boxes, it's obviously significantly reduced cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. There's one other, this is another tip that's a little bit on the different side of the conversation and spectrum, but there's a Japanese concept called Hara Hachi Boo. Can you say that?
Hara Hachi Boo.
Hara Hachi Boo.
Hara Hachi Boo to you too.
And what it is there's a book called Ikigai, and it tracks the people who live the longest, centennials. And in the Japanese culture, there's Hara Hachi Boo, which is essentially eating. When people eat and dine out, they're eating until they're 80% full. Or more accurately said, 8 out of 10ths?
Yeah, 8 out of 10 of you is full or something. Yeah.
And so there's a concept of minimalism, concept of really, portion control. So when I talked about the grocery store Hy-Vee salmon, like there's 2 of them, so I eat one night and the other night.
A good friend of mine lost a significant amount of weight by committing to himself that he would only eat half of whatever was brought. And then he takes the other half and he eats that later. So that's another way of using Hara Hachi Boo mentality around dining.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Losing weight and gaining money.
Dinero. There was a story that I told on a previous episode, and it's the way that my wife and I really cut back on our dining out costs when we were in the process of eliminating all of our debt. So for the first 2 years of our marriage, we blasted through about $50,000 worth of debt. And the way we did it was we ate at home a lot. When we did go out with friends or dined out, we would typically snack and have things to eat at home before going to the restaurant. And then we would share an entree, share an appetizer, share an entree, and typically drink water or tea or something like that. We did not buy expensive alcohol drinks. And then we would go home after the night, and then we would have $3 Chuck from Trader Joe's, the cheap wine.
There you go.
So yeah. So we save money where our friends that we would go out with might spend $40 or $50. We were spending $20 or $30, and the rest was going to blast away all of our debt.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Indeed.
That's a lot of ways to save money on eating
A
out.
lot of ways.
Yeah.
Final one is make sure you're leveraging those BOGOs, those buy one, get one coupons, as well as the kids eat free nights. So family of 4 or 5 could go out and easily feed everyone on $25 or so.
Yeah.
So it's a great thing to keep in mind, those restaurants that are serving your children for free.
Yeah, it was great when Adam took me out.
I was like, my son Nick is 12.
I'd let you do it.
Could he get the chicken strip basket? Water only. Oh, very good. All right, tell them our challenge.
So our challenge to you is to really take one or all of these on and try to save at least $25 per week for the next 3 months and be able to celebrate that win. And what you choose to do with that money, we'll see.
Yeah.
But really have the intention of saving money on eating out, because $25 a week is, $100 a month. And $100 a month can be used for...
saving $1,200 a year.
That's exactly right.
That could be the start of the next dynasty, right?
Yep.
The real estate empire
There you
that
go.
you create. So don't underestimate the nickels and dimes, the $2 at a time expenses. They definitely add up.
Yeah.
If you have any comments for us or ways that you like to save money eating out, comment down below or send them to us at questions@masteryofmoney.com. We will credit you with any cool ideas on future shows, as well as on the blog, masteryofmoney.com.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you next time.